Welcome to another exciting episode of Doug's Electronic Repair Bench.
Alright, well, I'm here on this is Friday, I think, isn't it? Yeah, Friday. Okay, I'm on this Friday. I'm in the afternoon. It's 12 something. Gonna have to do something about my little radio. Its battery's about dead. I have something coming up here in just a short bit. I'll show you something I bought last night on eBay, and some of the things I have planned for, not maybe but one of the radios like that I have already. So we will see about that in just a minute. But here are the parts got off, and like I say, it's a pretty good collection there off that board. I think I'm going to take a break from this board and go back to the other one for a little bit and see what it produces, and just kind of killing time until it's time to go get the girls. So that's what I'm doing. I'll be back shortly. Alright, I have a good bit more of semiconductors that I have harvested. Now, I said something about resistors the other day being either good or bad. Pretty much semiconductors are the same way, not totally, but pretty much. If a transistor is good, then chances are it'll work just fine as a new one in a circuit. Now, if it's weak, it's kind of rare, but I mean, you know, they have weak transistors just like they had weak tubes and things like that. But anyway, these are the other parts. This is one I don't know what it is. This is the bottom of it was hidden by the board because it was soldered to on those tabs there. Not really sure exactly what that is. Anybody want to hazard a guess? That would be fine with me. There is a number on there. Oh, it says Alps is all it says. But that's the only number I see, or lettering on there. Nothing else on there, so just kind of curious, see what it was. You know, some screws in there, if nothing else. This, I believe, is a relay. I'm not really totally sure. If I get it in the frame, might be helpful. Gonna look it up, look the part number up, things like that, find out what it is. Then I got a couple more transformers. These are not sure exactly what kind of transformers they are, other than the fact that they are transformers. And again, I got one more of the IF type transformers off that board. So did get some good stuff off of it, and got some resistors in there. And like I said, there's a couple standoffs. I don't let anything go. Standoffs are standoffs, you know. Another cap, another, I think I already showed that inductor I got. I'd like to get some inductors like that. I think those would come in handy. So, especially with all my experimenting. So that's where I stand at right now. I'm going to talk a minute here. Robert emailed me this morning. He's been trying to replicate my little experiments on his breadboard, and I think probably perk board too. But it's kind of funny. It makes me feel better. I'm sorry for Robert's difficulties that he's having, but he's basically having the same problems I had with those high frequencies and stuff. So it's not cut and dried as it looks. This guy, Desario 3, whatever his name is, he makes it look very easy. And trust me, it's not. Either that or he's giving false information. I don't know which it is, but and I jokingly told Robert that maybe things don't operate the same down under as they do here. He's in Australia, so I know it was a joke, but at this point, you kind of wonder what the heck is going on with this stuff. So there was another breadboard circuit that I found in a article. I forget now what the guy's name was. He was another Australian though. So kind of weird that these guys are the only ones that seem to be able to get this stuff to work. But he had breadboarded his circuit and it seemed to work just fine. So I may go back to the breadboard. By the way, I don't think I showed you, but I may have shown you the feet that I got. I did put 4 feet on the breadboard board, so it sits on the rubber feet now, which I think is better than just sitting on the board. So anyway, that may be coming up sometime soon. I don't know. I don't know how much I told you about this project. Let me turn this around. Hi! I don't know how much I told you about the little thing I bought last night. In fact, I don't think I told you anything yet. But I bought another radio on eBay. Yeah, well, you know me. Gave all $7 for it. It's another Zenith table model AM/FM solid state radio, and surprisingly, it doesn't work. The complaint or the description is that he turns it on, it makes noise, but it doesn't get any stations in. So that really sounds just like the other two Zenith. I think the number on those was A410L. This is A411A, I think is what it is. But it looks exactly the same as those radios, other than the cabinets. Cabinet's a wood grain type cabinet, and it's a little fancier, I do believe. But, you know, like I say, it's laid out exactly the same as the others. So I went ahead and bought it, and I have a vision. It's not so much a vision as a desire to make... and I think I mentioned this to some of you guys, something that's useful, extremely useful, I should say. I love my frequency generator. I love my signal tracer. But what if I could combine those into one single package and have an AM/FM radio to boot? You may see where I'm headed. AA5 or All American 5 radio, Rick McWhorter did this with an old Zenith tube type, and he basically turned it into signal tracer, signal injector, and he used it as a radio. So that's what I'm thinking about, and how handy would that be to have on the bench here where I can listen to the radio. I like to listen to the radio, but this little Kobe that I've got, the batteries went dead in it. And, you know, rather than to keep buying batteries for it, even though they're cheap batteries, I thought, well, you know, I might as well just use one of those radios. I mean, I've got all these radios and I'm not using them. Is that strange? I think so. So I thought that would be great to have on the bench if I want to listen to the radio or if I need to signal trace something. It's right there. It's ready to go. And now, it's not as functional as a signal generator would be, and I don't intend to get rid of my signal generator. Signal tracer may be, I'm not so sure about that. But like I said, the generator is going to be used, and I've got the other one that I'm still working on, and that's going to be rebuilt and done. And I've got the frequency display. I don't know if I pointed it out to. I think I did. That I'm going to insert into that one I'm restoring somewhere. I still haven't made up my mind on how I'm doing that yet, but I'm going to. And that will be mounted in the cabinet. And so, you know, that part's going to be, I'm not going to get rid of that, but I probably will sell the other one that I don't need. And the rough night. Anyway, where was I? The other one I want to use, the Zenith, I think if I could find somewhere to put it here, maybe over on this side, and put it there, and then have it to where the probes will be handy to use for, like I said, signal tracing or signal injection. Now the signal injection part is going to be limited. It will be limited to IF frequency for AM and FM. In other words, 455 or 10.7 IF frequencies. And basically it's going to be similar to what I did with the signal borrowing. You remember the signal borrowing troubleshooting video I did? That's basically what it's going to be. And we'll be able to insert that signal into a radio we're working on and see if the signal makes it through. That's basically what it's for. So that's coming up, and like I said, I think that's about it for this. I have to get this little after 1 now. I have to get the girls leave here about 2:35 or so. So it's a little over an hour, and I still have some things to do. So I'm going to do those, and I'm going to close this out. And it's a short one, not real short, but it's short enough, you know, where it's not as long as the other ones have been, except for me talking. You know how much I love to talk, Marty. So anyway, this is what I'm doing and what I've got coming up. I know some of you are probably thinking, you know, he needs another radio like he needs another hole in his head. Well, I agree with you. I don't need it, but this is what I want. I looked last night for some cheap transistor radios. I've been looking for a lot of transistor, and anybody knows what I'm talking about on eBay. A lot is several radios and combined in one sale. And I found a couple, but they just didn't seem interesting enough. One was for 3 transistor radios, and time you paid shipping was going to be over $20. And I just didn't see that. I just couldn't see it, you know. It might have been a nice little project, but wasn't for me, so I just kept looking, and I eventually came up with this Zenith that I bought. I try to keep my little purchases like that to under $20. I'd love to have them under 10, but they're rare on eBay that you can find a radio and buy it and have it shipped for less than $10. I did find several small transistor radios that would do that, but you know, there's not much challenge there. Anyway, like I said, that's what I'm up to. That's what I'm doing. It is another gorgeous day outside. Blue skies, puffy clouds. And I'm sitting here doing this. So I see by the counter, I don't look at this side. So 11, 19, 20, 21. Just watching the time click by, Marty. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. We will see ya.